Well, hello everybody. Happy Foxy Friday. So, going dancing is always my favorite part of my Vegas trips. And this one was no different. Don't be shy, I'm about to blow you. So it started off kind of negative. I had gone Wednesday and talked to the waitress and said, hey, if you're gonna be here Friday, can you save me a table? And I gave her a big tip and she's like, yeah, no problem, I'll do that. Well, when I got there on Friday, she wasn't there and there was no reserved table. But luckily there was a table that was open, basically the one that I wanted in the first place. So we were able to get a good table and, enough room for those of us that were going and a good view of the dance floor, which is very important to me. So we got there and no one was dancing because we were kind of early, and there was this band playing, and well, I wasn't going to just sit and listen. A song came on, so I went out there and I started dancing, and a couple other people started coming out dancing, and the lead singer for the band was really enjoying that. And after the song was over, we clapped for him, and he gave us the thumbs up and was excited that we had someone dancing. And so we did that a couple more times. And then when they had their break, the band had their break, the lead singer came over and he started chatting with us at our table, and it was really cute. It was really fun that he was like, yay, there's someone here dancing, and he was excited for us, and we were excited for him that he was enjoying having us out there. It's such a fun way to interact with people, and I'm not sure what makes it special. I was trying to explain this to my daughter, who was asking about my trip, and I said, I think there's something about going to a bar en femme that is really disarming to other people. But if you go as a guy, then they think that you're going to be, the women think you're going to be hitting on them, and the guys, there's kind of that macho territorialness. And so going as a girl just seems like it's a different level of fun. So this time was the perfect example of it. There were, it took a little while for people to kind of get warmed up to us. Myself, I'm not afraid to go out there and start dancing, even when there's no one on the dance floor. At one time, this guy comes over and he was super drunk. And I couldn't even understand what he was saying to me, but he kept pointing at this table, a couple tables away, and eventually I understood that he was there as his brother was getting married, and his fiance was there too. So I went over and I talked to them for a little bit, and I asked them, what their favorite song was, and then I tried to get the DJ to play it, and he said he didn't have that song, but he didn't call them out and say congratulations to them, so they appreciated that. So it was just fun, really interacting with all these different people. They were coming up to our table and just wanting to talk, and the whole area around us was just a nice little party. So that was wicked fun, and it's what makes it most fun to me. And I know that if I had been there as my guy self, the dynamics would have been different, and it wouldn't have been quite as much fun. So definitely was my favorite night of the whole trip, and we stayed there for 6 hours, dancing and talking to people. As I said, I'm not afraid to go out and dance on the dance floor, even if there's no one else there. But that's not true for a lot of people. So I went out there, I started dancing, and pretty soon other people were like, oh, I know this dance, and they started coming out and dancing. woman, and she came out and she looked like she had a big smile on her face, and she was doing the dance, and you could tell she kind of knew the dance, kind of didn't. And so afterwards she was like, yeah, so excited. Well, a couple songs later, I go out there, I'm start dancing, and she comes out again, and she's like, oh, I know this one, I know this one, I know this one. So we did the dance, and she was like, oh, thank you so much. And so I started talking to her, and it turned out that she used to dance a lot, but then like 15 years ago, she got married, had kids, and hadn't really been dancing since. So she was so excited to be able to go out there and do some of the dances that she knew. So I kept trying to do dances that were like popular 15 years ago. So it kind of became a thing. A song would come on, and she's like, what are we doing to this one? What are we doing to this one? And so I would find something that she knew, and so I'd go out there and dance, and pretty soon other people would join in. And it was just, oh my gosh, she had so much fun. Her friends were having fun, and a lot of them are still popular. But anyway, she kept coming out, and she was so excited to be dancing, and she came over to our table, and we were talking, and her friends came over, and our friends were all kind of talking together, and it was like so much fun. And that's like my favorite part of going out dancing as Heidi, is having those moments where you kind of can like invite people to have fun, because not everyone is like wants to go out and be in the spotlight. Sometimes it just takes a little catalyst to kind of get things going. Then about midnight, her and her friends came up to me, and they're like, we have to go now, it's been so much fun, thank you so much. And she gave me a big hug, and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, you made this such a fun night. And it was just like really special, because you could tell like she was like, this has been the most fun I've had. In fact, she even said, this is the most fun I've had in years. And I don't know, that just made me feel good, and kind of made my night, kind of made my whole trip. That was like the best part. Well, throughout the night, there had been this girl who had been swing dancing with her boyfriend, and she was wearing this nice big flowy dress, and every time he would spin her, her dress would go flying, and it just looked so pretty, and they were both really good. Well, as it was time for us to go, I wanted to go thank the DJ for playing anything that I requested. He even came over and visited us once or twice, and had his picture taken with us. Well, I went to go thank him, and on the way I saw that girl, and I said, oh my gosh, your dress is so beautiful, because I had been saying to Sophia, next time I'm going to wear a dress like that. So I said, your dress is so beautiful, and you're such a great dancer. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've been watching you all night as well, and you're such a good dancer, and you're so cute. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So that was like a really cool moment. She gave me like a big hug and stuff. I'm like, wow. I mean, I hadn't really talked to her all night, but so that was really sweet. And I don't know, it just kind of touched me that, well, you never really know what other people are thinking, like they're like, ooh, or whatever, but I don't know, it was just neat that we had a little bonding moment.